Welcome to your daily focus for November the 14th, 2022. We have an amazing week full of energy for us. Oh my goodness. And I'm kind of feeling a little under the weather today, so I do apologize if I cough or I've just been a little overtired. Of course, I walked so much yesterday and in the rain, and we went to a sporting event. My daughter had the flamingo market, so I went there and I saw, of course, I was at every table and just having a hoot. So if you want to know about any of the jewelry I'm wearing, I tell you they're remarkable people. I love their stories. I love the reason why some of them created what they created or why they began creating in the first place. Just amazing people. I can't wait to tell you all the stories. So I'll try to, as I move through all the jewelry I bought. But I think I wore myself out a little bit, and so I've been a little under the weather all day. But I thought, oh, I've got to tell you about this week. This week is just amazing. So we start today with the 22 energy. So I'm giving a little bit of a sneak preview here, and then we have the Sun trining Neptune, I believe, today. But on top of that, as we go through the week, we'll have Venus talking to Jupiter. We will have Venus going into Sagittarius. And so joy and adventure and optimism comes into our lives a little bit. And then we have Mercury talking to Jupiter and Mercury going into Sagittarius. So our voice comes alive. Sun is going to talk to Pluto in a very beneficial way for us. And then I think at the end of the week, the Sun stops and talks to Jupiter. So these are all great conversations that they're having up in the sky, which is going to create great energy around us, fabulous energy around us for us to embrace and utilize on our path forward. And I know that especially the last couple of weeks have been really hard energy. There hasn't been too many, ooh, we've got this happening today kind of energy. We've had like, okay, we've got this happening today kind of energy. And I'm sure we were very successful walking through that, but it will be nice to breathe a sigh of relief as we enter some beautiful trines and just them getting along up in the sky, a harmony. Anyways, let's start at the beginning. We have, well, I'm Tilly. Did I even say this? I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And I always want to thank you. So thank you truly for all of your positive, loving, supportive energy. You send my way each and every day. 14 energy. The 14 energy is having more by having less. The 14 energy is also about forging ourselves or forging the path forward or forging our molding ourselves into the person we want to become, into the reality we want to create for ourselves and bringing it into existence. The 14 is about understanding the true balance that you personally need in your life, okay? Not what all the books say and all the people say that, we're supposed to have 8 hours sleep or 3 meals a day. It's what works for you so that you can feel creative, so that you can feel loved and to be able to give love. For you to feel empowered, for you to feel confident and strong. And you know what that takes. But sometimes we have to have a heart to heart with ourselves and saying, this is working, this is not working. Remember, we are in lunar eclipse energy. So we are releasing more than we are stepping into and creating new. We want to, this is a time in our lives for completions, for endings, for healing. So that we can plant those seeds and grow them strong. So that we can take that step forward. And it's a true step forward. So the numerology of the day is a 22 energy, and that's our master builder. That is a master number, the 22. Our intuition is so much stronger. We are very sensitive to the energy right now. And it's not just with the 22 energy, but it's also with, well, we'll get to the astrology in a second. I won't jump ahead. We'll talk about the 22. Also, visionary thoughts. So this is where that aha moment, that epiphany can happen in your life. You get that clarity. You get that understanding. You get that sense of knowing. It could be just a gut feeling, but you know it. So the 22 energy, it does ask more of us. So stay open minded and face what's in front of you and allow it to flow through you. Because the rewards are so much greater than you could have ever imagined under a 22 energy. And things can happen like a flick of a light switch. We have the sun in Scorpio. The moon, I think by the time most of us wake up, it will be in Leo. So that's a fire energy. That's a very busy energy. That's a very creative energy. We have Mercury and Pluto talking today. So when it comes to our thoughts, it's intense. When it comes to our communication, it's intense. So anything we are thinking about, anything that we are conversing about or communicating about or being communicated to us can be very intense. Now, there could be a lot of probing and we're uncovering secrets and things like that, just asking the right questions because our words are, they're right on to what we need to learn to and how we're going to explore through our words. It's a great time if you have to study for an exam or a test, or maybe just if you think you're going to be going for some interviews, then practice doing an interview with yourself and watch yourself in the mirror and, your eye contact and your smile and your gestures, because body language is a part of it too, right? And then we have the sun talking to Neptune. I believe it's a trine. And really, it opens up the empathy that we have for others. And this is a time when we realize that achieving our goals in life and our dreams are essential before we can truly help others in the way we want. So it's working on ourselves and making ourselves great and understanding how we can do that. So we can allow that success, allow that happiness to flow through us to others. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, our shadow card is, look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. Brand new path is opening up to us. We get that aha moment, we get that epiphany, or we get that sign from the universe, God, our angels, our spirit guides, that we're on the right track to keep going. So if we decided to study for, learn something new and, something happens around that, that you're going in the right direction. You know that you need to learn that. And that could up your motivation, that could up your passion, that could up your excitement to learn more and infuse yourself in different ways with knowledge. It could be, you want that job, but you can't even afford to have a real nice outfit to go for the interview, and somebody shows up, your neighbor says they're cleaning out their closet and maybe this stuff will fit you if it suits you and it's just perfect, and you get, it's like, it's those little check marks beside the things that we're trying to get to. And it's like, but this came into play and that came into play. It could be money, it could be time, it could be resources, it could just be our energy is uplifted in some way. Somebody says something to you and you just know that was a message just for you. Our first card is the King of Swords. The King of Swords, we are determined. We are very determined to go forward when this energy appears. We have our eye on the prize, so to speak. We can see our best life ever, and now we need to get to it. And we hold that sword. We hold that sword like we intend to use it. It's not, we'll use it if we have to. No, we're going to use it. We've got our hand poised right out to go right into... Right? It's just a turn of and on guard. But, it's almost like I see a whole bunch of brush in front of us, but we see past the brush. We see past the challenges and the growing experiences to the best life ever, right? We can see through all of that. And so we grab our sword and we start hacking through those bushes. We start making a straight path for ourselves. We feel energized. We feel confident. Now, in a full moon energy, in a lunar eclipse kind of energy, we are looking at closures, completions, the things that have held us held us up from going in the direction that we want. And we see where the hurdles have been. We see where we've been stopped. We get a new perception, a new understanding, a clarity can come in. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. We have the Eight of Swords. Our perception changes. Absolutely, our perceptions change. So here we are, and we thought, we're blindfolded, and so we thought we couldn't go forward. It's like we're imprisoned with a whole bunch of swords around us, not allowing us. If we tried, we'd probably cut ourselves. That's what we thought. So we stayed put. We played the game. We decided to go with what everybody else was maybe telling us to do rather than what our gut was telling us to do. But now it's almost like we realized that our hands were free this whole time. And once we ripped that blindfold off, we realized those swords weren't even in the ground that deep. Heck, we could have kicked one off over and kept going. We didn't know that at the time. So, and that's so often in life. We think that we can't go in a certain direction. We don't think that we can take that step yet. Maybe we feel we need to be more prepared, or we need certain people around us, or we need a support system, or we need something in place. We need it to be perfect sometimes, right? That's the biggest entrapment there is, because there is no perfect. So is it good enough to take the next step? You're going to find out. Your perception is going to change, and you're going to see where you can go forward. But I think more so, you're going to see what has been holding you back so you can deal with that. So when the new moon energy comes at the beginning of December, you're ready to step into forward motion. And I tell you, I've been looking forward into what December has to offer, and this week has to offer, and going into the new year. And there is a lot of beauty and a lot of joy, but a lot of it is spending time on where we're at and how we can move forward and what is holding us back. So it's a time, it's like fall. The leaves have to fall to the ground, right? In order for that tree to bloom the next spring, right? The leaves eventually fall. And so we're going to let things fall away from us. And maybe it's things that we should have taken care of a long time ago. Maybe it's things that pop up and lead us in a different directions. Maybe it's things that come from the past that we didn't close properly the last time. Maybe it's just our feelings. Maybe we felt hurt or shame or sadness or terror or fear, anxiety. And those things have been holding us back. And we understand why those feelings are in place now. And so we can eradicate them. We can step forward in new ways. So in one way or another, that blindfold is lifted from you today. And you can see with the clarity, you can see with an understanding. That aha moment, that epiphany. You know how you can go forward. But it's going to take work to clear the path enough in order to get to where you want to go. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Wow. King of Swords, Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords. So what is swords? Swords is your perception. It's thinking it out. It's clarity. It's your perception. It's your ego. And is your ego ruling you, or is it a healthy ego that is inspiring you to move forward in certain directions? It's not so much an action with the swords as it is a recognition of a confidence that you have, a knowing that you have, a clarity that comes in, an understanding that will be. And we've got the Queen and the King both there. So know that you are truly the diplomat today. You can really think things through in a very positive way in order to move forward or move past things or put closure on things. Also with the Queen, it's about loving your dreams, loving yourself and your dreams enough to fight for them if you need to. When somebody says, you can't do that, you say, oh, yes, I can. And I am. And somebody might have told you way back in grade 3 that you'll never be an artist. It was one person's opinion, you took it as gospel. You carved it in stone and you lived your life around those words. And it was just somebody's opinion. Chances are it was somebody's opinion. So this is knowing. This is like a mom protecting her young. So you have to protect your dreams, your heart, your desires, your passions. And know that if you have that passion, if you have that desire, it's meant for you in some way and it's waiting for you. And this is a beautiful week. This is a beautiful week to really understand some things. Somebody wanted to know what this deck is. I do put it in the description box, the decks I use. But if you want to see the Mystical Wisdom card deck, and I kind of called it my mantra because every one of the cards does have a written mantra, not on the card, but in the book. And it was gifted to me at the beginning of COVID because it was actually in isolation and couldn't make it to me right away by a very beautiful person. And, she's on the top of my prayer list, of course. Just so amazing. I had a good friend actually loan me the deck for a week, and I fell in love with it, and I shared it here. And they took it upon themselves to send it to me. So, and Raven, yes, I saw your comment, and yes, if you could, I usually put in to the box as well my email address. So if you send me a quick email, I will get back to you. Absolutely. And I met, I'm not wearing I bought a beautiful necklace. Oh my gosh, it's a crystal with obsidian, a small obsidian, and oh, it's so beautiful. And I don't have that down here, so I don't have the information to give her a plug. What a beautiful person they were. So I noticed somebody wanted to know. I do put all the names of the decks into the description box. But if you want to see, look at this Peacock, raise your standards. This is really us. And many times throughout our journey in life, we start to pull back the dream a little bit, make it more realistic, something that we know we'll achieve. So it's okay with going after that, so we don't have to feel like a failure or we didn't do something right. And we start to, for a lack of a better term, dummy down our dreams. Okay, and this is about raising your standards. This is about saying, you ever notice that person that gets hired in the workplace and everybody else has to do, say, 3 weekends a month, and they've got to close 2 nights a week or 3 nights a week. They have to work the closing shift, and somebody gets hired and they're not working the weekends and they never get a closing shift, and you wonder why. Because they don't lower their standards on themselves. They don't say, oh, well, if I have to do that. They say, no, I can't do that. That won't work for me. This is my standard. This is what I need in order to be able to be here and be there. And they don't barter it away. And we oftentimes, as humans, in order to make everything work in life, we barter a part of ourselves away. Many of us have stayed that extra hour or done something that really inconvenienced us in some way. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Okay, sometimes it's a very beautiful action that you were the saving grace in the moment. But raising your standards and really understanding what that is. And just say, I want this because I deserve this. I am worthy of this. I am a good person. I'm a beautiful person. And therefore, this is my standard. This is what I expect as a minimum. And please, grant more. So the Peacock. So the peacock is possibly one of the most exquisitely beautiful creatures of the world's animal kingdom. It's also believed to be the most virtuous, embodies admired characteristics of integrity and loyalty. Like the peacock, you embody qualities important for friendship and family unity. Be encouraging, be selfless, and enrich the lives of everyone you meet. The peacock is also very protective of its young and will provide for and protect them under any circumstance. This card can also be seen as an indicator to better yourself and raise your standards to be more like a peacock. The mantra is, I love and care for everyone I know. I love and I care for everyone I know. And that's why we want to be the best version of ourselves we can be. Right? Because we care about everybody else. We want to make the world a better place. Maybe it's just our neighborhood. Maybe it's just our inner circle. Our family, perhaps. Maybe it is the world at large. And the sun talking to Neptune is going to point that out to us. And so is the peacock. So remember I had those earrings, they were the circles with the words in them. You know, and it was brave, and so this is justice and love, these two. I wanted the justice because that's like an 11 energy. And then, well, actually, if you do that, then love is like a 6 energy. So you go 11 plus 6, and that's 17, and that's making the impossible possible. And I'm always up for that. So, huh. Okay, let's get an animal card. So these flamboyant designs, I'll put the information. I'll give you an email address. And then, of course, my jade bracelet that I got by Lavender and Loneliness. And I love the card. I really do. I thought that's just ingenious. So, but what a beautiful person that was. And so I got the white jade and the green jade together. Oh my goodness. And we have the raven. Raven, you've come up 3 times. Raven made a beautiful necklace for me. Raven, I want you to email me. And here we are, Raven, the shaman. You are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is a power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the... It's kind of blurry. I'm so sorry. Connect with the elemental spirits. Glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So you are the creator and the magician. You really are the creator and the magician. You really are. Use your gifts for good. Okay, so use your gifts to create beauty in this world. You have so many gifts. And, you know, your gift could be a smile to somebody. Your gift could be your story to help another person. Your gift could be checking in on maybe a shut-in or a senior that you know of, or it's just somebody that you know is laid up right now because of a surgery or something, and reaching out to them, just saying hi to them is just a wonderful thing, because it can be quite lonely when you're trapped there and you don't have anybody. The hours go very slowly. Use your gifts for good. If you're the cashier, then smile and wish everybody a good day. There's power in your wisdom and your words, and more so as we walk through this week. So you have so much wisdom that you can connect to right now, sage wisdom that you can connect to right now, and your words will be empowered throughout this whole week. Mercury is so busy, starting with Pluto, talking to Pluto, which is our primal warrior. Oh my goodness, the energy is so wonderful for us. So embrace this energy. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. Be the shaman. Allow your magic to flow. And I hope I'm feeling better tomorrow. I'm sure I will be. I just need a good night's sleep. It was a long drive and then a long train ride, and a lot of fun and a lot of walking. Oh my gosh, a lot of walking, and it was raining, and I had a wonderful time at the Flamingo Market with so many beautiful creative people all telling me their stories, and I just love their creations that much more, knowing the story behind each and every one of them. Anyways, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.